I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes, I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, here's the photo in question, which was published by the Washington Post on November 23rd. Jay Williams joining the conversation. Great to have you, Jay.
Whatever you want, baby.
Jay, I'll start with you. Your reaction to all of this.
You mind if I just have a moment, Stephen A.? Sure. I look into the camera?
Sure.
I just want to specifically ask Jerry Jones to denounce racism. I think it's very important with where we're at in this time in history right now. I didn't hear him do that with Colin Kaepernick. His silence was heard all over the country as related to George Floyd. And here was another opportunity where, frankly, Stephen A., I felt like his answer felt to me it was above approach, right? He was above the matter. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones, our friend. I think that's very important. And I say that because I don't condone the 14-year-old kid doing that. Like, I agree with you. We're on the same page, 14-year-old kid, curiosity. Yeah. But sometimes in life, there's good people and there's bad people. And what happened on his commentary when he was addressed about this, which he had multiple days to think about, the direct quote was, I don't know that I or anybody anticipated or had a background of knowing what was involved. It was more of a curious thing. Mm-hmm. Why is Jerry Jones absolving the hundreds of people who were around him who had different intention? Why is he speaking for everybody's intention when you could tell that maybe he was curious, but there were a lot of people there who weren't curious. There were a lot of people there who were racist, and that's okay to say. What was even more concerning for me is that when Kyrie Irving posts a pic of Hebrews to Negroes, we automatically come to the table by saying you need to denounce anti-Semitism. But Jerry Jones didn't denounce racism, right? It felt like he deflected. And how come he didn't use words, Stephen A., like that moment was a grotesque time in history. Mm-hmm. It was monstrous. It was ugly. Those kids didn't deserve that. But his whole approach, Stephen A., felt like he was above that. Now, I know there are power dynamics in how this whole situation works. Kyrie Irving is an employee, Jerry Jones, an owner of a team. And I get that people are going to say, well, at the end of the day, if it doesn't affect Jerry Jones's bottom line, then he's going to stay away from that. And what I'm trying to say right now, for where we're at in this time of history, you need to choose a side. Because that moment, Jerry Jones, the 80-year-old man, reminded me of the 14-year-old kid still being curious. And you can't be curious when you're in a position of power in the NFL representing hundreds of black people that work for your organization. The players have asked you to speak up about things like this. I just felt like it was a very missed opportunity for him. Now, I'm not saying Jerry Jones is racist, But I need him to publicly address. And I'm also curious, Stephen A., what he has learned from this experience. We talk about holding people accountable, holding their feet to the fire. I'm curious about what he has learned from this entire situation, because that's what we asked of Kyrie Irving.
You know, I love what you just said. I actually want to thank you for what you just said, because I don't disagree with a single word. Here's what I want everybody to understand, and this is why I went off about it on my podcast, No Mercy, because you got people that wanted to come at me in the wrong way. I stand by what I said in regards to a 14-year-old in a still photo, and that's what you want to use to jump on them. You just highlighted there's plenty of other things to jump on Jerry Jones about. You ain't never hired a black coach. You didn't stand up for Colin Kaepernick and his rights as an American citizen to do what he did. You didn't speak out initially. You were actually hiding when it came to social justice issues, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones would tell you, I told him that. Where you at? I don't give a damn what you say. Say something. You got to speak up. You can't be quiet. But that's entirely different than using a still photo of a 14-year-old standing in a crowd in 1957, pre-civil rights, pre-voting rights, because clearly the climate of those times were what it was. Do we need to regurgitate what the hell was going on in the Jim Crow South? We all know that story. Lynchings, murders, rapes, mayhem, all types of stuff, all types of insidious, despicable things that was done and inflicted upon the black race. We understand what the hell was going on down there. So if you're Jerry Jones and you're standing in the crowd, I'm looking at how you're acting more than I'm looking at what the environment is. Because to me, that environment was all...
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. Last night I posted something about LeBron James post-game interview, not talking about the Blazers, but he did bring up a good point. He said, how come I never heard about any questions regarding the Jerry Jones situation, but when the whole Kyrie anti-Semitic thing happened, you know, everybody was quick to ask questions. You know, it was Kyrie this, Kyrie that kind of thing. And I remember Brooklyn Nets owner, because of media pressure, because of public pressure, he put Kyrie Irving in under five criteria that he had to do. He had to apologize. He had to, I think it was donate $500,000, which they rejected. And, you know, he was held under an immense amount of pressure. But when the Jerry Jones situation happened and the picture was posted of him in 1957 when he's 14 years old, and it was a Little Rock high school, I believe it is. They refused to let black kids in. He said that he was just curious. Jay Will brings up a good point, saying, okay, he was curious, but, you know, how come he didn't offer an apology? How come he didn't denounce racism at that time when he was asked about it a couple weeks ago? So I gotta agree with LeBron James, because he does bring up a good point, right? So he's saying, how come it's not the exact same pressure, not the exact same media questions when it comes to Jerry Jones, but when it comes to Kyrie Irving, it's like, you know, all these questions and yada, 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 right? So take a look at the clips. I know you guys already have, but take a look at the clips again and take a look at the LeBron James clip, the Stephen A., Jay Will, a couple other NBA analysts are talking about it. All over the media, all over Twitter, trending right now. This is a hot topic, and rightfully so, because LeBron James, with all that power, all that platform, does make a valid point. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stick with it. Leave a comment in the comments section. Tell me what you guys think. This is Jag from Jaggy Sports.